When your ex starts dating someone else, it can be a huge emotional shock. This pain is not simply the loss of an important person, but also the feeling of being replaced, of being forgotten. Or your ex, maybe they are trying to fill the void in their heart with a new love. Or maybe they are just running away from the pain, avoiding the truth that your relationship is really over. Whatever the reason, them starting a new relationship doesn't mean they've completely forgotten you. Deep down in their hearts, there are still memories, marks that you have left. It could be a smile, a look, a familiar saying. All are indelible pieces in the picture of their love. And you know, this no-contact period will give you and your ex a chance to look back at yourselves, to look back at the past relationship. It's like you're standing from afar, observing the picture of your life with a more objective perspective. Here's how you can better understand your own psychology, your ex's, and the strategies to help you get through this situation in the strongest way possible. Number 1. Recognizing your emotions after a breakup. Breaking up is a challenging experience, leaving a big void in everyone's heart. Especially if your ex starts dating someone else, this pain is not only about the loss, but also the feeling of being replaced, as if your value has been denied. This is not just emotional pain, but also hurt pride and a deep sense of insecurity. Having to witness someone who once loved you find new joy in someone else can make you feel like you're not good enough, not important enough. That's a natural feeling, and the first thing you need to do is acknowledge that it exists. Denying your emotions only makes them stronger. The more you try to suppress the pain, the more it will erupt in other forms: anger, panic, or even numbness. Try to think, instead of fooling yourself that I don't care who they love, honestly say I feel hurt and in pain. But that's completely normal. Acknowledging your emotions is not a sign of weakness. It is the first step for you to take control and heal. Psychology shows that facing your emotions is the most effective way to overcome difficulties. When you admit that you are in pain, you are allowing yourself to process that emotion in a healthy way. Like when you're injured, you need to look directly at the wound to care for it instead of hiding it. Acknowledging the pain is like telling yourself that you deserve to be cared for, even when others have left you. Did you know psychologist Carl Jung once said, "What you resist persists." When you acknowledge the pain, you can understand and heal it. Just like you need to look directly at the wound to know how to give first aid and treat it. Write down your thoughts and feelings in a journal or share them with a close friend. Sometimes just being heard and understood is enough to make you feel lighter. Finally, remember that breaking up is not the end. It's just a door closing to open up new opportunities. And the pain you are going through will eventually become a part of your memories, helping you to grow and become stronger on your journey to find true happiness. Number 2. Psychological impact of an ex having a new relationship. When an ex enters a new relationship, it is not only a change in their relationship status, but also a deep psychological blow to you. Seeing them give the attention and emotions that once belonged to you to someone else can easily create a feeling of being replaced. Psychology calls this rejection syndrome, when our brains react to loss in a way similar to physical pain. This makes you wonder if there is something wrong with you or if the other person is better than you in every way. The question, "Why did they choose someone else instead of me?" is not just curiosity, but also a form of hurtful self-blame. In fact, your ex may be in the honeymoon phase of a new relationship, where everything is idealized and beautiful. This phase usually triggers dopamine, making them feel excited and euphoric. But that doesn't mean they've truly found lasting happiness. One psychological study indicates that most new relationships formed immediately after a breakup, rebound relationships, often lack a solid emotional foundation and are prone to breaking down after this euphoric phase fades. The important thing is that you must realize that your value is not diminished just because they choose a different path. Self-worth does not depend on the acceptance of one person, but is built from how you perceive and value yourself. Instead of asking yourself, "What am I not good enough at?" ask yourself, "How can I become the best version of myself?" Remember, the person they choose is not the better person, but simply someone they think will fit their current emotional state. This has nothing to do with whether you are good or not. Only when you pull yourself out of the spiral of comparison and self-blame can you see the problem more realistically and clearly. Sometimes, letting go is the best way to regain your self-esteem and move on strongly. Number 3. Why no contact is effective. When you decide to cut off contact, you not only retain your dignity, but also create a psychological space for both parties. This space is not about separation, but an opportunity for you and your ex to face the true feelings that both of you may have buried in the old relationship or are filled with distractions from the new person. Human psychology often doesn't realize the value of what it has until it's gone. No contact means your ex no longer receives regular attention from you, something they may have taken for granted before. This creates a loss effect, forcing them to question whether they have underestimated your role in their lives. Especially if their new relationship faces disagreements or lack of harmony, they cannot help but compare the new person to you. It is this comparison that highlights the values you once brought, from understanding, memories, to characteristics that the new person cannot replace. However, the important thing is that no contact is not only to affect your ex, but also for you to find yourself again. During the no contact period, you have the opportunity to rebuild your life. Focus on what makes you happy and stronger. This is not a time to wait for someone else, but a time for you to discover your own worth. When you begin to live with confidence and independence, your ex, whether consciously or not, will sense this change. For example, instead of texting to check on your ex, spend time developing yourself, like taking a new class, exercising, or simply connecting with friends. When your ex sees you living a fulfilling life, they will start to question whether they really made the right decision in losing you. This not only increases your value in their eyes, but also helps you step out of the old relationship with strength and self-esteem. Number 4. Types of relationships your ex might enter after a breakup. When an ex enters a new relationship right after a breakup, it often causes complicated emotions. However, not all post-breakup relationships are sustainable or truly stem from love. Here are 3 common types of relationships your ex might get into and how you should respond to protect your emotions. Rebound relationship. Like a drowning person clinging to a raft, your ex may rush into a new relationship just to fill the void you left behind. They seek comfort, solace, a shoulder to lean on amidst emotional turmoil. But dear friend, true love is not a patching game. It takes time to cultivate, for 2 souls to truly understand and blend with each other. This healing relationship is like a house built on sand, fragile and easily broken. Instead of trying to hold on or torture yourself, give your ex and yourself time and space to heal. Time will be the most accurate answer to the sustainability of that relationship. Taunting relationship. Have you ever wondered why your ex flaunts their new happiness so excessively? They constantly post lovey-dovey photos on social media, deliberately appear in places you frequent, or even talk about the new person with a proud tone. Are they intentionally trying to provoke you? Don't let those childish actions affect your emotions. Remember, a truly happy person will not need to prove it to anyone. Silence and focus on your own life is the best response. It shows that you have matured and are no longer affected by those antics. Infatuation relationship. The early stages of love are always filled with sweet and romantic emotions. They are intoxicated with love, looking at each other through rose-colored glasses and believing that they have found the perfect half. But like the morning sunlight, that infatuation will eventually fade. When differences and conflicts gradually appear, they will have to face the harsh reality. My friend, instead of dwelling on old memories, focus on yourself, cultivate knowledge, pursue passions, and build an independent and confident life. Then you will shine brightly like a precious gem, attracting worthy eyes. Number 5. Coping strategies when your ex is dating someone else. When you discover your ex has entered a new relationship, feelings of helplessness and jealousy can quickly take over your mind. However, it is important that you stand your ground and avoid any impulsive actions. Continuing no contact is an important strategy to maintain your dignity and give both of you space to realize true value. Don't text, call, or try to intrude on their life. This only makes you appear weak in their eyes and reduces the chance of reconnecting in the future. Silence is not only an expression of strength but also helps you regain control of the situation. Instead of focusing on them, shift your attention to building a confident and independent image. Engage in activities that make you feel stronger, such as exercising, learning new skills, or developing your career. This is not only a way for you to overcome negative feelings, but also to create the best version of yourself. An ex will find it hard not to notice you when you become more independent, confident, and happy. Also, avoid falling into the trap of jealousy or comparison. Just because your ex is with someone else doesn't mean you're inferior. Remember, your worth is not determined by their actions. Instead, true attraction comes from knowing how to love yourself, being confident in what you have, and not depending on validation from others. Think about it, would they still hold the ideal image of you if you were constantly jealous, or conversely, could they forget a confident, independent, and fulfilling you? A true story. A friend of mine once shared that after breaking up, they spent 6 months focusing on self-development, achieving career success, and finding themselves again. When they happened to meet their ex again, the other person was attracted back, not because of memories, but because of the positive change. You can do this not to get your ex back, but to reaffirm your worth and live a fulfilling life, whether they are in it or not. Number 6. Why you shouldn't interfere with their new relationship. Have you ever wondered, when you try to interfere with your ex's new relationship, what are you really doing? Are you clinging to something that belongs to the past, or trying to prove something to yourself and to others? Imagine you are trying to untie a tangled knot. The more you try to untie, the tighter the knot becomes. Interfering with your ex's new relationship is the same. The more you try to sabotage, the closer and more connected they become. Like the saying, the more you hate, the more you love. Your opposition can inadvertently become a catalyst to strengthen their feelings. Human psychology is very complex, especially in love affairs. When people feel threatened, they tend to protect what they have. Your intervention, whether for good or bad, can also be seen by them as an attack. And when there is a common enemy, they will unite and protect each other. Moreover, your constant presence in their lives only makes you less attractive. Think about it. If your ex is happy with their new partner, your calls or texts will only interrupt their happy moments and make you a spoiler in their eyes. Instead of interfering with your ex's new relationship, focus on yourself, love, and take care of yourself. Let time answer the question, is their new relationship really sustainable? Number 7. Focus on yourself. Breaking up is like being lost in a dense forest. At this point, screaming, calling for help, or trying to chase after the fading shadows will only make you more lost and exhausted. Instead, stop, take a deep breath, and focus on yourself. You have a compass, you have inner strength, and you can absolutely find your own way out. No contact is not only a way for you to create distance from your ex, but also an opportunity for you to be reborn, like a new seed sprouting. This is the time for you to put aside the hurts, the doubts, the negative emotions, and focus on loving and taking care of yourself. Start with the simplest things. Sign up for a boxing class to keep your body healthy and your mind relaxed. Join a photography class to discover more beautiful moments. Or simply spend time reading, hiking, skydiving, surfing, things you didn't have time to do before. Don't forget that you have a hidden source of energy within you. Awaken it by setting new goals and persistently pursuing them. It can be goals about career, health, or new experiences in life. Every small step on the journey to conquer your goals will help you become more confident and love life. And when you are strong enough, calm enough, take the time to look back at the past relationship. Is your ex really right for you? What values do you value most in love? The answer will help you realize your past mistakes and make better choices in the future. The healing journey after a breakup is not easy, especially when your ex has moved on with someone new. However, by maintaining a no-contact strategy, focusing on yourself, and avoiding jealousy, you not only create an opportunity for your ex to realize your worth, but also help yourself grow. The most important thing is not to get your ex back, but to find yourself again.